This is the Symposium podcast with Wright and Romero.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Symposium podcast. This is episode 26.
26. Damn.
Yeah. Shit.
We're moving.
Moving is the right word, man. Yeah. On the other side of town, let the people know who you are.
Yeah. Over here in Minneapolis, I go by the name E. Wright. Welcome to the Symposium. We are here for another episode, man. Let me kick it back to you.
You already know what it is.
Gigi is here as well. She's being a nuisance behind me somewhere, but she's always around.
She's chewing on some ice in the background.
Chomping on some ice, yeah.
I'm here in the cloud, rose gold in the building. Cooling, just hanging out. The time is 6:05. It's June 24th, 2021. Before we get into anything, as always, gonna toast it up.
Yes, sir.
To my man E, to the people.
I got my
This nigga got a bucket. That is not a cup.
My margarita bucket from the Lookout. So we on today.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I want one. I'm mad jelly right now.
Well, I got two. So when next time I see you, you can take one with you.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers to you, my man. And to the people, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
As always, quick check-in. How are you, sir?
I'm well, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Just busy. You know what I mean? Got a little busy week ahead of me, just wrapping up my grad school classes. Crunch time for me. I got a few assignments I need to get on ASAP. So yeah, and I'm just getting ready to just do that, man. And you know, just hopefully my summer's going great. So I want to keep it that way. But other than that, I'm good, man. It's just been a busy week for me, but you know,
sure.
I can't complain. I ain't doing too much.
I feel it.
How you doing over there, man?
No complaints, man. Just busy. Like now I'm starting to get into the thick of it. You know, when summer started to kick off, or even like in May, it was okay. It was maxing and relaxing. Then started work. Now I'm really starting to get into work. Like I had to take the day off today just to get organized with everything. I had to pick up some shit. So I'm like, okay, this is real now. This is really time to do this. So
what's new up there, man? What's going on up there? Anything?
In the cloud?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I'm mostly in the cities.
True. You have been thugging it out over here for a little bit.
Oh God, man. And people, we will get into that later. Some stories. Well, maybe not some stories, but we definitely gonna touch on.
Oh man, dude. I thought of this when I was listening to the last episode when we was running back the basement bar night.
Yeah.
You know how we have we got our social media shit set up, right?
Yeah.
So on I'm thinking about like every time we just do it, I'm gonna just call them like story time, and then post a clip of our story for like the IGTV or some shit like that.
Hell yeah,
that should be funny, man. Like, all right, story time with Ro, story time with E. You know what I mean? Just
do that.
That's plug them like that.
Jesus Christ, because some of these moments is just like,
because you can make series on there. So like every time we do a story time, I'll just add it to that.
That's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea. Do that for real. Before we get into anything else, that's our check-in. Let's get into the news.
Yeah.
I can start.
Yeah, you say you got one, so you can start.
Yeah. So apparently, did you hear what happened in not in Miami, but near Miami is in Florida? Apparently a condo collapsed.
Oh no, I had no idea.
Yeah, so this comes from CNN. Actually, hold on, before I do anything else. Come on. Come on. No, no, no. Here, I just sent you a link so you can see it yourself. But yeah, apparently a condo collapsed near Miami. A 12-story residential building partially collapsed Thursday in the South Florida community of Surfside, sparking an intense search and rescue effort. And then there's a picture of, damn. Whew. A massive pile of rubble is next to the multi-story residential building that partially collapsed Thursday. A few miles from North Beach. Yeah, this is tough. People were in the building. People are still searching for people. Yeah, this is basically devastating. But I glanced at it this morning and then I really started to see it. So.
And that happened in Florida?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. The collapsed. I'm not gonna say that because that's just sad. That's some sad stuff. I'm gonna just keep it short. Yeah. A condo collapsed in Florida, and a lot of people are searching for people, and y'all can get an idea of what the rest is. But if you want to see the story, you can go to CNN.com. And of course, by the time you hear this, this will be old news, but I'll leave a link in the description for this episode. So tough stuff, man. Tough stuff. I just want to know how it happened.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
Right.
So other than that, that's all I really got.
Oh man, I got two. I guess I'll start with this one. So the Derek Chauvin sentencing is on the 25th. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. No idea.
Yeah, it's on the 25th. So on the 20th, that's when he was found guilty, April 20th. So and I'm reading this from it's like a post from Justice for George IG. Chauvin will be sentenced for the murder of George Floyd on Friday, June 25th. So here's what you need to know. So possible sentencing outcome is 40 years as indicted by the max, and so the max is 40 years. 30 years as argued by the prosecution, or 0 as argued by the defense, or somewhere in between. So for two counts of murder and 1 count of manslaughter. So he's ranging from 0 to 40 years, right? Minnesota, what does the Minnesota law say? So Minnesota sentencing guidelines will typically suggest a 12.5-year sentence. However, Judge Cahill ruled that Chauvin should receive an upward departure, which is a sentence over 12.5, because of the extreme factors in the case. So what we can predict during the sentencing, so in interviews, people who know Cahill say he's likely to land somewhere in the middle between 12.5 and 30 years.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's a big thing, like meeting in the middle. So they taking a stand. So meeting in the middle is not justice, right? So Floyd's family, still got to go through that. But yeah, so it'll be Friday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jesus.
So
okay.
and they won't hear this, but they'll know. So we could discuss it after. We could discuss it in the next week. So
sure.
But
sure.
man, that's nuts, bro.
I mean, this isn't a light topic, so
no,
it'll come up again. How old? Do you know how old Derek Chauvin is?
I should, but I do not.
Like, I'm pretty sure he's old.
Yeah, he is 45.
Oh yeah. So
Damn.
if he's lucky, by the time he gets out, and that is if he gets out, he will be a very old man. But I don't really see that happening.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine being in prison that long, like for life.
Yeah.
Nor do I want to know. Fuck that. But okay. Well, what about? I remember the last time we was talking about that. So Derek Chauvin was he was on trial, but what about the others that were with him? Like even the rookies. What's the update there? Do you know?
I don't even know. Damn, I don't know.
TBD to be determined. We'll touch on that at another episode. So another time. Okay. So that's news for Derek Chauvin. What was the other thing you had?
Yeah, it's cool. The other thing was, did you hear the latest on Britney Spears?
No.
Dude, it's actually wild as fuck, bro.
I've heard that I've been hearing mixed things, but what do you got?
She's under like what is it, a conservatorship?
What? A what?
A conservatorship, bro.
What the fuck is that?
Oh fuck. Yeah, man.
How do you spell it?
Man. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
A conservatorship.
Wow, I literally typed in CONSER, and the first thing to pop up was Britney Spears. Britney Spears is under conservatorship.
Yeah, like
here's how that's supposed to work. What the fuck? Tell us more.
It's a legal concept whereby a court appoints a person to manage an incapacitated person or minor's financial and personal affairs. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So because the conservators' duties include overseeing finances, establishing and monitoring the fiscal care of the conservatee or ward, managing living arrangements. So, hold on a second.
Pause.
So, so she went to court. She went to court today, and she basically like, I just want my life back. Like, so she gave a passionate speech. She gave a passionate speech about her treatment under the conservatorship that controls her life, telling the judge she would like to end it. The conservatorship, not
not her life, right?
So her life and finances have been controlled by since 2008. So
okay.
Yeah. So Britney Spears told Los Angeles judge on Wednesday that she has been drugged, compelled to work against her will, and prevented from removing her birth control device over the past 13 years as she pleaded with the court to end her father's legal control of her life. That whole spiel itself is like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, dude.
Because we all thought, yeah, Britney Spears went crazy, but like, yeah, like this makes sense. You know what I mean? Like this makes sense right here. Why? So she continues to say, I've been in denial, I've been in shock, I am traumatized. She's 39. Said an emotional 23-minute address by phone that was broadcast in the courtroom, and as she insisted to the public, I just want my life back. It was the first time that the world has heard Miss Spears address in detail her struggles with the conservatorship granted to her father, James P. Spears, in 2008, when concerns about her mental health and potential substance abuse led him to petition the court for legal authority over his adult daughter. Miss Spears called for the arrangement to end without her having to be evaluated. I shouldn't be in a conservatorship if I can work. The law needs to change, she added. I truly believe this conservatorship is abusive. I don't feel like I can live a full life. That is wild, bro. I mean, it continues. It goes on and on, but you get the gist, man. Like, that's fucking nuts, bro.
Over a decade.
Yeah.
Over a decade. Good God. I mean, no wonder why she was looked at as crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Crazy. That's nuts, dude. Sad. That's sad as fuck. Justin Timberlake put out a statement about that shit too.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say? Do you know or no?
Man, it was basically like, man, no matter what type of relationship they had, like he he's feel bad and he's sorry. Like nobody should go through that. Nobody should have to go through that. And you know what I mean? He hoped the best for her, and it's just nuts, man. Just
that shit is hard.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have much to say to that, because I mean, we as a people, we saw what happened. We don't know everything. We don't know the details to Britney Spears' life.
Yeah.
But I'm sure at a point in time, we all looked at her and was like, yo, man, she's losing her mind. She's crazy. And to find some stuff out like this, it's like, what happened? Like, what was going on with you?
Right. Her life is being controlled.
But that's news to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna end it on that because that's fucking wild.
That shit is some tough news. This episode. However, that does bring up an interesting question. Just to hear about Britney Spears, it's a very fucked up situation. But I have a question for you. Let's say someone has a mental breakdown, right? They're just done. And at some point in time, they try to recover. They try to move on with their life. Do you believe, as someone who works with children and is in the mental health field yourself, do you believe that a person can recover from a mental breakdown? That's a huge question to ask, I know, but I want to hear your
I do believe it's possible, though. I do believe it's possible.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's just the treatment has to be A1. You know what I mean? The treatment has to be there. It got to be consistent, and that person has to be willing to, do it, go through that, because it's tough. It's tough, but yeah, man, I think it's possible. I don't know how successful it is, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's kind of the conclusion that I've come to as well. It's not impossible. It can happen, but that success rate, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Tough
indeed. I feel for you. Is that Gigi?
Yeah, of course. She be on, man. Every time she hears something.
That's her ways. She not gonna stop. All right. So I know this is kind of a heavier episode, but don't worry, y'all. We gonna turn it around. Starting with this. So the last time we were together, we went out and we saw some people. Gigi was not there. She was not barking in the background. We went to Basement Bar. We went back because that's the spot. However, one of the people that we were with, I find this hilarious. And if you're hearing this, you know who I'm talking to. like 2 minutes in the basement bar, they were out. They was out. They dipped out real quick. Real quick. And I was just like, what happened? What's going on? Although I can't really say shit though, because like 5 minutes later, I dipped out too.
Oh yeah.
But he like a soldier, he stayed. How was the rest of your night, my man?
Oh, it was cool, man. It was good. I had a good night. It
Yeah.
was a good night. Yeah, it was kicking it. Kicked it for a minute. Ended up going back to the crib, hanging out for a little bit.
Okay.
Then I passed out. I was exhausted, but it was a good night. It was a good night.
Which okay, let me backtrack. So we wrapped up the podcast. We went out. We went to a establishment that we normally frequent.
Yeah.
We watched the game. We watched the Nets versus Bucks. My man was saying it for a solid fucking week.
Yes, sir.
Bucks in 7.
Yeah.
It was a very intense game.
Yeah.
People were on both sides, yelling, hollering, and hooting. He was about to be crushed. This nigga was sweating.
Yeah.
He was sweating.
It was wild, man. It was wild.
But it turned out.
Yeah.
They won. They came through. They came through. Got some free shots out of it. No need to talk about the details. But we got some free shots out of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're down 1 right now, but
I was gonna ask you. So now where they're at?
They played the Hawks yesterday, down 1. Got game 2 tomorrow, so you know the bounce back. They'll bounce back. Trae Young he's going nuts.
That boy is on another level. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You think they can do it? Do you think?
Yeah.
Bucks can see that through.
I think they'll take the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my question for you. Who do you honestly think will take it this year? Hold on.
I think the finals would be the Bucks and the Suns for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of people are saying the Suns too.
Nah,
so
the Suns are legit, bro.
Okay.
Devin Booker, animal.
Okay.
Animal.
Okay.
So, wild. It's wild.
It's funny to even talk to you about this stuff right now because we got these headsets on.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second. Since we're doing that, here we go. All right, folks, here we are back with another edition of the NBA. Now we are talking about the Atlanta Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're just going to cut this down a little bit. Right now, I am with E. Wright, and we are talking about the game. E. Wright, can you tell me about the Bucks and how they're doing so far in the playoffs?
The Bucks are doing all right in the playoffs. They are in the Eastern Conference Finals. Their coach is a fucking idiot though, and Brook Lopez is getting destroyed, and they better fix it, or it's gonna be a long one for us. All right. So
okay. All right.
They'll bounce back. They'll get game 2. Bucks will get game 2. They'll tie it up.
Okay, so
I'm confident in that.
All right. So when do you think they're gonna wrap it up?
Maybe 6.
Bucks and 6?
Yeah. How you get in here? You better stop barking, dude. Yeah, Bucks and 6.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. And we know that you probably won't hear this entire episode soon. However, I'm sure my man E will clip this and he will put it up. So
yeah, we'll get it cracking.
Bucks and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think this is gonna be a short episode because a nigga hungry.
Yeah.
And we both got stuff to do. That's right. You gotta work on your grad shoot.
Speaking of hungry though, do you like Subway?
I have no qualms with it. Actually, I do. I do like Subway.
You do. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Oh my God. What do I?
I'm a meatball marinara or teriyaki, sweet onion teriyaki chicken guy.
Always a good choice. Always a good choice. Okay, I'd say it's two. It's between two. Teriyaki. And if it's not that, I'm gonna do a BLT. You can't really call it a BLT because I add turkey to it then.
Okay.
However, I'm a big sauce guy. Like I'm huge on that. I'll take the veggies, but I'm like, let me get my Chipotle Southwest. Let me get my ranch. Let me get my barbecue.
Yeah.
Let me get my honey mustard if you got it. Not the mustard. Give me the honey mustard. I want all of them joints on there.
Yeah.
And by the way, Subway, if anyone's ever listening, I always got to tell employers to give me that second squeeze. They go like one and that's it. I'm like, come on, man, add a little more. I'll pay you. I'll tip you. I will gladly tip you for the sauce. So that's me. That's
Yeah.
definitely me. So
So okay. So I asked that to say because I do enjoy Subway, but what do you how you feel about this tuna debacle they got going on right now?
what the fuck are you talking about?
Are you for real right now?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Bro. The tuna at Subway was found that it contains no tuna fish DNA in it. Some lab test results. And there's a lawsuit. There's no tuna in the tuna. There's no DNA tuna in the tuna, bro. How have you not seen this, dude? Are you shitting me right now?
What? What? Use a motherfucking lie.
Fam, I bullshit you not, bro.
How did
Oh
you
my
hear?
God.
How did you hear this?
It's everywhere, dog. It's
No, I'm
everywhere.
not. This is the first time I've heard this.
the, tu- the tuna was frozen and sent out to a lab, was determined non-amplifiable tuna DNA was present in the sample, and so we obtained no amplification products from the DNA. Therefore, we cannot identify the species. This is according to the New York Times, bro.
Oh, that is so gross.
Oh my God, fam. That is wild. Like wild.
I'm a little scared now.
Yeah, bro. Like what? I'm following this story. I'm following this story because I am a fan of Subway, but they out they goddamn mind if that's true.
I don't know how to feel about this. Like I was never big on tuna from Subway, but
Mm-mm.
it's hard not to question like, okay, if your tuna is like this, what else?
Yeah, exactly.
What else?
Exactly, dog. Exactly. It's fucking nuts, bro.
Matter of fact, now that you bring this up, imitation crab, I used to get that from Subway.
Oh,
Now I
damn.
don't know. Now I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know about that, bro. I don't know about that one, brother.
No, I don't know. I can't trust shit from you now, Subway.
That's nuts, fam. That is nuts.
Do you think, okay, here's a question for you. Do you think it is possible for Subway to go out of business?
Yes.
Okay, right off the bat then.
Yes. Hell yeah.
I'm just saying they're like 2 for 2 now because let's not
Yeah.
forget about what happened with Jared.
Exactly. They
Oh,
man,
God.
they walking are they on thin ice, goddamn it.
God, that's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
A part of me feels as though this is karma. It took a long time, but this is karma. Here's why I say this. Have you ever heard of a Subway company called Blimpies?
Yeah.
You know about Blimpies?
Yeah.
Not many people know about that. I remember Blimpies.
I used to live in Michigan, bro. They got them in Michigan.
Do they? Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. There used to be a few up here. This is how old we are. This is how old.
Facts.
We are people. If you listen, and we're not that young. We look young, but I did not know this, but apparently Blimpie started before Subway, and then Subway came in, like, same colors and everything. And they just kind of took off.
Dog, you know what that remind me of though?
Huh?
There's a Community episode where do you watch Community?
Yeah.
I'll say you gotta watch Community. Where Subway, they turn Subway into like a person. You remember that one, though? They took it over. They took over their sandwich. They took over Shirley's sandwich operation.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this reminded me of, dog.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, that's fucking insane, bro.
Oh god, Subway, what you gonna do?
Subway, yeah.
How you
They
gonna
trying to
finesse
defend
this?
the lawsuit, but it's wild.
Who's a part of this lawsuit? Like, who's a part of this lawsuit?
Right.
How can I get that bag? How can I get that bag?
Yeah, probably if you just went to Subway in the last, you know how they send those things out in the mail. Like if you've been like somebody getting sued.
Oh yeah.
I'll be waiting on one of those. Yeah, everybody will fucking get one of those though.
I'll take that check.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
Cut that check, Subway.
Facts.
Oh
Damn.
god, that's funny as hell. I did not know that. I did not know that at all.
Yeah, bro. I can't believe you didn't know that.
Nigga, I've been living in a bubble lately. I'm
True.
serious.
True.
Like I said, work has just been. The first week that I started, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But by day 2, I was immediately stressed out. Immediately. You know, like, I was gonna ask you this because you've talked about it on the podcast when you started to work in a school district. Do you remember that? Like your first week, like your first 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Man, it was actually wild because it was just I was getting adjusted to shit, and I went from one-on-one with the kid to working with multiple kids at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tell you, my first 2 weeks of Fridley was actually wild. I'll keep this short, but so I was at Fridley. I got to Fridley. I worked for about 2 weeks, bro. My assistant principal there, I love him. He's super cool. We were like good friends. He's super cool. He is non-confrontational. So anything got to do it was fucked up because you're the assistant principal, so you deal with all the behavior bullshit and all that. So he so just in passing. So we got it's seniority thing. So if you're like if you're newer, then if you're last one in, you're kind of the first one out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a new pair. I was like the newest pair there. So I'm working, I'm doing good. 2 weeks, like 2 weeks come by, 2 or 3 weeks go by, and I see him in the hallway just in passing. He's like, "Hey Eric, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm good, you know, just getting to class." He's like, "All right, have a good one." Then he's like, so then we passed. And then he was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, this is like probably like a Friday. I actually think it was like a Thursday or Friday. He's like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're gonna send you over to the elementary school next week."
Why does it
And
sound funny?
and I'm like, this is because he waited till he got past me. And then I'm just like, oh, all right. Didn't ask no questions. With my dumb ass. But then when I kind of realized what happened, I'm like, these motherfuckers shipped me over to elementary school. So I was at the elementary school. I did elementary. I was working with elementary kids for like half a year. And then first opening, they got back at the high school. They brought me back over there. But it was wild because I'm like, nah, I'm working with high school kids, the conversation different. Now I'm working with little 4th graders, fam. Like, not straight babysitting, bro. Mr. Eric. And these kids was bad. Like, they was like bad as hell. Like, this is when this is when not power. This is when, what's the name just started popping off? What's the show with, Cookie Lion and
Oh, Empire?
Empire. This
Yeah.
when this said start popping off. And these kids will be coming back and talking about Empire, fourth graders. I'm like, y'all not even supposed to be watching this. There's like such like, oh, like drip, 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 like singing the songs. And then one kid was just like, hey, you know Jamal gay? I said, I'm looking at it like, hey, I'm like, we got it. This conversation is here. Like, what do you even like? No, we not, no, not talking about this, dude. Like, it's just kids was wild, man. Kids were fucking wild, dude. So I'm like, man, y'all. I'm just telling them, like, y'all got to get me back to the high school. I can't do this. I can't do it with these little kids, man. But it's funny because the people that work at the elementary school, they're terrified to do like middle school or high school. I'm like, man, it's easy. I love it. Like it's cool. You know, I can't do this like babying these kids all day. Like
Sure.
that shit can't work. So I had to get up out of there.
It's a different environment. And I mean, you got to go with what works best for you.
Yeah.
Go where you fit, I guess.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. But it's funny to hear you say that I didn't even know that you worked with elementary kids for a while.
Yeah,
Like I knew
man.
you were working with younger people, but I didn't know you went.
Yep, I had fourth grade, which is crazy because they'll be juniors next year, and I got them.
I was about to say, like, has anyone ever come up to you from back then and they're like, you
I
remember
know
me,
them all.
nigga?
I know them all. They'll be juniors next year. Crazy.
That's hilarious.
I coach a few of them. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember having them in fourth grade.
That's insane.
Wild, bro.
Like on your way to become adults.
Yeah. And I had them since they were fourth graders.
Ugh,
10 years old, bro. Nuts.
that isn't God. It's so old.
Yeah, man.
So old. You know, it's funny now that you bring that up. I don't want to get off track too much because there is something that I want to bring up. But one memory that always sticks out to me, I remember I was out. I was having dinner. It was me and Danny G. We was at a sushi spot. And I remember we ran into you and you was fresh. You had the Fridley jacket on. And you was like, and I was like, there go E. And I was like, what's good, man? And we just said hi. It was brief because you was with some people.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, all right, man, I'll see you later. And I was like, all right, he just started at Fridley. That's what's up. Nigga, that's how long it's been.
Damn. Yeah.
That was like 2014.
So I did just start. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I did just start actually. Damn.
I don't know why that stands out to me so much because I just think about that. I'm like, when it was 2014. I think it's just because of how far you've come and just how many kids you've worked with and stuff.
Yeah.
So
For real.
that's insane, man.
It's nuts, man.
But
Damn.
the main thing that I wanted to touch on, just to hear you talk about working with kids, because this is something that I've been thinking about lately. Now I work with adults. All I do is work with adults who are struggling with their mental health, right? And that is very interesting.
Yeah.
I thought I was in some shit before. Now we're really into some stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason that I bring that up is because I learned for my job what the difference is between what I do and what therapists do. And the biggest difference is for therapists, they sit down with our clients and they really dive deep with emotions and their thoughts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For us, we're the ones that go, okay, I hear what your therapist is saying. We figured that stuff out. We figured out the diagnosis and everything else. What are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna figure out? Let's get you moving. We want you to be independent. We want you to recover. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Let's put in the work, basically, right?
Yeah.
And I really bring that up because I'm trying to become, well, I'm not trying, but my goal is to become a therapist myself one day. A licensed therapist for families and for married couples.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that I would not necessarily have to go through hoops, but I'd have to get this experience. Like I really thought, oh, I would work with particular clients, but instead it's been all over. Like I've worked with people in child protection cases. I've worked with not only with not only am I working with adults who have mental health issues, but prior to that, like I've been working with kids and the dynamic of families and this, that, and the third. So I've just been all over the place. And while that seems crazy to me, I'm I'm finally getting that full picture. Like, oh, I need this.
Mm.
I need to be in all of these avenues. I need to work with all of these people. Because
Yeah.
how could I ever become a therapist and have these sort of conversations if I don't have these experiences
Mm.
in every aspect, like just working with different people? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just find that really fascinating.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like you, man, you worked with fourth graders and you
Yeah.
had no plan, no intention of doing that.
Not at all.
However, would you say that was a benefit for you? Like that worked out for you in your career?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. 100%. Yeah, man. It's just I've been in I've been in a lot of pockets. You know what I mean? Like as far as skill set, just gaining that skill set. Like, all right, I've worked with this type of person. I work with this type of person. You know what I mean? So it's kind of I can navigate it pretty well, I would say.
Yeah.
Like I can adjust to it. Like if you want to think of it as a sport or something like that.
Well, you're a vet. You're a veteran now.
I'm getting
You're
there.
not a
Getting
rookie
there.
in the game. Not to
Getting
mention,
there.
you're in grad school. And I mean, you've been plugging away at this for a minute. You're about to wrap this up. It's coming to a close for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have the experience under your belt. Now it's just getting that paper. So,
Yeah. Hell yeah. For
I can
sure.
only imagine what the next chapter will be for you. So,
Excited, man.
as you should be, sir.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's gonna happen real fast.
Yeah.
How we've been talking about, or just even celebrating me getting my piece of paper this year. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like for you. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be big, man. It'll be big. Um, I thought we were gonna wrap up earlier, but it turned into nigga ask about Subway and it turned into a whole
Right.
dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this a good spot. This is a good spot right here.
Last call.
Oh
Last
yeah.
call. I'm gonna pass it on to you. What do you got, my man?
Oh man. Well, I don't know, man. Don't eat this. Don't eat the tuna from Subway, I guess. Shit. No, yeah. I don't know. On a serious note, I don't know, man. Just damn. Last call. I can't drop a gem. I had something. I can't think of it, man. I don't know. Just just have have a good weekend. I don't know. I need just hey the Bucks.
Okay.
Just remember that. That's my last call. The Bucks.
Fair enough. Fair enough. With everything that we've talked about, I think the main thing that we always talk about mental health. Of course, that's the Symposium
Yeah,
podcast
for
for
sure.
y'all. We always gonna talk about it. Probably
Yeah.
every fucking episode.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, very much. The main thing that I kind of take away, at least from my last call, is be open to experiences.
Mm.
You never know what you're gonna get out of it, and I mean, there are other things to consider and stuff. I never want anyone to be in a bad situation or have a terrible outcome, but you know, try to be open to new experiences because you never know what you're gonna get out of it, and you never know how you're gonna grow. So
Yeah,
that's my last call.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Outside of that, anything you want to say to the people before we go, E?
Um, Oh man, not today, man. I think it was this is a good even kill. We'll be more. I like the in person ones. We'll give you more when we're in person. You know what I mean? The Zoom is tough. The Zoom is tough.
Zoom is tough. I want y'all already know we do this, but we prefer face to face because the energy is very different.
But life happens,
Life happens. If you see us on here doing virtual and shit, oh, these niggas is busy.
Yeah.
That's all.
We'll have them here and there, but we want to be consistent. So we could have not recorded. You feel me? So,
that's true.
So we're getting it done.
I don't think we've missed a week. Oh,
nah, man.
Knock on some wood here.
Right.
So we good. We gonna keep this thing going. And I'm looking forward to the next. I'm always looking forward to these episodes, but the next 4? I'd say the next 4.
Yeah.
I'm very much interested.
Oh yeah.
And we'll talk about it later. I think there's gonna be some good ones. But this is the Symposium Podcast, episode 26. Thank y'all for tuning in. We always appreciate you. And hey, there's Gigi.
Get out of here, dude. She think it's go mode right now. She's ready to play.
All right, better get out of here. On that note, we out.
All right, man.
Bye, everybody. See you later, bro.
All right, man.